For quiz 5, again, under linear functions and relations, for number 1, Amanda sells houses. She is a realtor in Lexington. Each month, she earns $4,000 plus, okay? Amanda earns $4,000, oh, that's a lot of money, plus a 5% commission. Now, 5% in decimal will be 5 per, 5% will be 5 per 100. Using your calculator, 5 over 100 should be equal to 0.05. Okay? So, we just moved the decimal point 2 places to the left. So that's why you have 0.05. Okay. So here you have 0.05, which is the decimal value of 5%. 5% of whatever she sells in this problem. So here, for example, okay, for example, if she sold a house for $125,000, we need to find out what the 5% of that, and then add it to the 4,000. So here we go, 125,000. Okay, and then using your calculator, you can easily solve this. Okay, just press 4,000 plus 0.05 parentheses and then 125. That should be the answer. So at this point, let me see. I'm thinking about not giving you the answer, but let me go ahead and give you the answer for this one. Plus 0.05 times 125, 1, 2, 3, 3 zeros. Here you go. Ooh, that's a lot of money. She earns $10,250 every month, and that includes $4,000, and the 5%, which is 0.05 of that $125,000. Okay. For the second one, Travis sells cars. He earns $800 each week. So $800 each week plus 14%, again 14%, 14 over 100, using a calculator, 14 divided by 100, or remove the decimal point 2 places to the left, is going to become 0.14 of whatever he sells in this one. So here, for this week, he is hoping to earn a total of that. Okay, so here we go. The problem here is, this is his take-home. Here, the take-home, Amanda's take-home salary is this one, $10,200. So he is hoping to get this one, hoping to get $2,480 or $2,480 as his total salary for the whole week. Okay, which one here is going to give him at least that goal, at least that $2,480? So we'll see. Use your calculator. Try that one. Okay, try that one. Try the Kia this time. Okay, then try the Jaguar, which is $25,000, 25 grand. So 800 plus 0.14 again, and then 25. So which one here is going to give him that goal of $2,480 for that week? Okay, so this time I'm not going to give you the answer. I just wanted to go ahead and press this, use your calculator, and you'll figure out that you'll be able to get that, that desired, that goal by selling one of these cars. Okay, let's go to one of my favorite lessons. One of my favorite lessons in Algebra 1. Here, what is the equation of a line that passes through a point? Here we go, and that. Now, because the point is given to -3 and the slope is given negative 1 over 3. That means we have a point at this slope, so that means we're using a point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now it's really important that you guys memorize the formula, because on your EOC, you're not going to be allowed to use a calculator. I'm sorry, you're not going to be allowed to use a formula. Unlike when I was in Florida, students in Florida, during the EOC, they have their reference sheet. They have all the formulas that they need to use, on the EOC. But for this one, we have, for Algebra 1 EOC here in North Carolina, we are not allowed to use reference sheet. Okay, so you really just have to memorize everything in here. So let's go ahead and plug in. Now you have to remember, last time you learned that for this point we can label this as x1, and then the second one is y1. Now you have to remember the second point is going to be x1, x2, y2. Third point is going to be x3, y3. So the first point is x1, y1. Now to plug it in, you have y minus, well, the value of y1, see that y1 which is negative 3? I go ahead and put negative 3. But we agreed that if you have two negatives, negative times negative, it's going to give us positive. So let's go ahead and make it positive 3 equals, the slope is negative 1/3 minus, the x is 2. Now, because we were solving for the equation, we just have to make sure we have an equation where the y is alone. So let's go ahead and make sure the y is alone here. But before we do that, by the way, we have to make sure that we know how to distribute that negative to the outside of that parenthesis. Let's get rid of that parenthesis. So y plus 3 equals negative 1/3 times x is negative 1/3 x. Negative times negative is positive. But 1/3 times 2, calculator or mental math. The mental math is going to be 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times the denominator, 2 is 1, or just copy the denominator 3. Basically, if you're multiplying the fraction by a whole number, I just have to multiply the numerator, and that number becomes 2, and just copy the denominator. Okay? And because we're solving for y alone, we need to get rid of that plus 3. When you move it over, it becomes minus 3. So now we have y equals negative 1/3 x. Now, using your calculator, okay, 2 divided by 3, or 2 over 3 minus 3, and then math, enter twice, you're getting negative 7 over 3. And this is going to be the equation of the line. For the next one, we're going to use the same formula because we are being asked to solve for the equation, so that means we need to solve for the formula. But you have to remember, you need to find the slope first. So here, we only have 2 points, okay? But I mean, we have 2 points, but we don't have the slope. But we learned that to find the slope, we have m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's how I find the slope. But which one is x1? Which one is x2, y1, y2? So how about if you go back to what we learned, what you guys learned, that which is the labeling the points x1, y1. The second point is going to be x2, y2. And let's go ahead and plug in. 4 minus y1 is 2, and then x2 is negative 3 minus 8. 4 minus 2 is 2. Negative 3 minus 8 is negative 11. Here we go. So now the slope is negative 2 over 11. Okay? Here we go. Let's use the formula again. Y minus y1. Our y1 here is 2 equals the slope. We just solved the slope, which is negative 2 over 11. Parentheses x minus x1 is 8. Okay, distribute that negative 2 over 11 to the terms inside the parentheses. Negative 2 over 11 times x is negative 2 over 11x. That's no brainer. But negative times negative is positive. And I just taught you that to multiply a fraction, a whole number, just do 2 times 8, which is going to be 16 over, and then count the denominator is 11. But see that negative 2, move it over, becomes plus 2. Now, why do you have to move the negative 2 over? Because we need to have while loop. And I have negative 2 over 11, x 16 over 11 plus, I believe it's 28, but we'll see, 38, we'll see, 16 divided by 11, I believe it's 38 over 11, and then plus 2. I hope I'm right. Yes, I got it. So we're 38 over 11, and this is now your final answer now that your y is alone.